Hello everyone, today I'm here to discuss the latest chapter of Tokyo Revengers, chapter 247. This chapter was a really amazing chapter. We have a lot to talk about, so I hope you guys enjoy the video. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. We are on the road to 1K. Let's get it, let's go. So the chapter basically starts off with Akun basically consoling Chifu and asking if he was alright, because we knew from the last chapter that Chifu took a huge hit from Kakucho, and Akun was just asking if Chifu was alright, and Chifu said he was okay, and he says that Kakucho is strong, and Chifu basically acknowledging Kakucho's strength. And it's even more impressive because after that we see Takemichi still fighting Kakucho, and how Takemichi is still able to hold his own against him, even though Kakucho's punches are so strong. And it just shows that Takemichi's on another level. Like, he's on another playing field when it comes to durability. Like, how are you able to take a hit from this man Kakucho while Chifu almost got knocked out by him? Like, it's absolutely insane. And then Akun says that he needs to get serious, that this is actually turning into a big fight. And then out of nowhere we see Yamagishi, Takuya, and Makoto. Makoto and Takuya are basically knocked out, and Yamagishi's there and basically worried on how he can rescue them, because Madarame was the one who actually beat them up. And he says he calls them fodder. Like, it's so funny how he was actually like directing this to the audience, because we know that Takemichi's buddies, they're not really the most important characters, but I don't think they're fodder. They had their good enough screen time, so I don't think they're fodder. But Madarame calls them a fodder, and I've never seen Madarame as like a serious type, like ever since he got effed up by Payon. So I thought Madarame wasn't really a threat, but against guys like Yamagishi and them, of course he's going to be a threat. And so Akun later runs to try and save Yamagishi and them, and Chifu follows suit. But guess who comes and pulls him in? Mochi, the big nigga. That man really pulls Chifu and basically asks him where he's going, that he's going to be Chifu's opponent for the time being. And so Chifu and Mochi, so basically the setup is Chifu and versus Mochi for the next battle, the next fight we're gonna see. And then Akun versus Madarame, and I wonder how that's gonna go, because we've never really seen Akun's combat abilities, but we know he's not weak. I mean, he's not the strongest, but he's not weak at all, so he probably may do good against Madarame. I want to see it. So we already have 2 battles underway, make that 3. And then after that matchup, Mitsuya is actually running, and he's trying to look for Hakai. And then he spots Mikey on the ceiling, basically watching the fight. And Mitsuya recalls, why is Mikey up there watching it or spectating the battle as if it's a show? And Mitsuya said he's gonna drag Mikey down here by himself. But before Mitsuya can even reach Mikey, Ron and Rindo pop up in front of him and basically say, you can't get to the boss unless you go through us, type beat. And so Mitsuya has to fight both Ron and Rindo, and Ron and Rindo were basically doing their dirty technique and tricks, because Mitsuya, before they even fight, Mitsuya says like Ron and Rindo are like the siblings or the brothers that fight dirty and shit. And they're proving that by how they're basically jumping Mitsuya, sneaking him from the back and all that. And Mitsuya is still definitely holding his own against the 2. And then out of nowhere, the boy Hakai comes out of nowhere and punches the daylights. Like, literally punches him so hard that his face lands on the ground. He punches the shit out of Ron. And Ron definitely ate that punch. And then there's a whole matchup, Ron and Rindo versus Mitsuya and Hakai, and that's how the chapter ends. So this was a really, really action-packed chapter. It was a really good chapter at that, because there were so many things going on. And yeah, tell me what you guys thought of this chapter. This chapter was amazing, and I just want to see, like, more of Takemichi and Kakucho's battle, because I fear there's more to it. Because Kakucho, let's not forget, Kakucho and Takemichi have known each other for a while. Like, they've been childhood friends. So I'm guessing this fight, I feel like they're gonna incorporate some backstory or some flashbacks of their relationship to give this fight much more of an oomph, right? And then we see, I even forgot to mention Inoue and how he's fighting. He sees Coco and he calls Coco, and then he calls Coco and shit. He calls Coco no. What am I saying Coco for? My bad. So Inoue sees Coco, and he actually wants to go and he actually wants to go and like I don't know what Inoue is doing, but he basically calls Coco and all that. And so yeah, and then we see how Toman is basically going crazy on Kanto, Manji, Senju, Pa, Pei. They're doing their thing out there, and Kanto again recalls like how is like Toman filled with so many strong members, and it's just giving Toman much more of like a presence. Because at first I did not think that Toman would do good or would even stand a chance against Kanto due to how heavily outnumbered they are. But it doesn't matter how many people you have on your squad. It depends on the people, how strong your members are. If your members are as strong as are really strong, then numbers don't mean anything. You can have two insanely powerful people versus like 50 people. So it doesn't really matter about numbers. It just matters about your strength. And Toman nevertheless has proved how strong they are as a gang. And yeah, this was a really good chapter. Hope you guys enjoyed the video and the chapter. Make sure you guys comment on my videos. Hope you guys enjoyed the video and the chapter. Have a nice day, y'all.